Hi, my name is Emmanuel, and my wife Amanda and I gave up everything in Toronto, Ontario, and moved to Brazil. So, last week I got sick. It was not fun. It was not pleasant. And what I wanted to talk today is the difference between what I would do when I was sick in Toronto versus what I've learned to do in Brazil. So when you first get sick in Toronto, if you're from Toronto or North America or any other country, let me ask you, what is the first thing you do? You find out if you're not feeling well, if your stomach hurts, you would take a Tylenol. If your head hurts, Tylenol, or you would find something, some form of medicine to heal you. Being from Toronto, I'm used to it. So first thing I did is I took the medicine, and I don't know what was going on, but it did not go well at all. It actually didn't work. Now, I didn't know the full symptoms that I was having. I just felt some pain, and I'm like, you know what, I'll just take whatever I need to take, and that's it. The whole week, I spent just feeling ill, and I couldn't do much. Couldn't really go out. That's just what it was. The difference I'm noticing here is that in Brazil, we don't look for medications. We don't just run to get the right medicine. Of course, if it's something severe and you need medication, yeah, that's a different story. But for something that I was going through, I didn't really need any meds, and I didn't realize that until later. All I actually needed was rice and easy food because my stomach was very uneasy. I know, not fun. The problem is that every time I would feel better, naturally, I'm like, okay, I'm healed. And I would go and eat some delicious burgers. Yeah, not the best thing. So I've learned my lesson. But the beauty here is the way they heal. And I want to talk about that. First thing I was told, drink guava leaf tea. It helps with digestion and it helps with the stomach. I was like, okay, never even heard of guava leaf tea. Gave it a shot. The smell was a bit off. I wasn't a fan of it, but the taste was decent. No sugar, no any additives, just guava leaves, hot water, and drink the water after it boiled. So that was a good thing that helped out. Now the rice, obviously it helps. And the beautiful thing about it is that every day in Toronto, I would always eat something different. Every time I'm just not used to eating the same food. Like, for example, it's a staple in Brazil to have rice every single meal. Normally, it's rice and beans and a form of protein and a salad. I'm not used to that. I'm not a big fan of beans because, well, you know the whole magical fruit story. I'm not going to get into details of that. So I was having a lot of rice with some steamed chicken, potatoes. That's all I really needed. And I would get better. That is amazing because I didn't need to take any medicine, And here, like I've been taught, if you're not feeling well, get a medicine that will make you feel better. Go to the doctor. They will prescribe you whatever will make you feel better. What I'm learning here is nature is the doctor. Natural foods, easy foods, nothing too crazy. Those are the real doctors. I'm not mentioning anything against doctors, okay? But we don't need to visit them that often. And from my experience here. So that was that. It's very interesting based on from panicking to what do I have, what do I need to take, to, hey, I'll just take it easy, eat rice and easy meals, stay warm, rest, and I'm good. Still can't believe how easy that was. But speaking about health, I actually want to talk about that a little bit. There's a very big difference in Brazil with the health system. So there is private health, which is paid for. There is also public health, which is free. The beautiful thing about both private and free is that they're interconnected. In Toronto, it was a little bit different because when we went with Amanda to the hospital, the doctors couldn't find anything wrong with her. They were saying, oh, it's just stress and all of that. And the family doctor, she told Amanda to go to Brazil and figure that out. When we went to Brazil, got the diagnosis, we realized that it was something with dysautonomia. But we had to come back to Canada, so now we can get it treated. Unfortunately, that did not work as planned. Now, the thing is, when we came back to Toronto, what happened was the family doctor said, well, we don't take diagnoses from third world countries. And I'm like, you told us to go to Brazil and get diagnosed there, and now you're not taking the diagnoses? Crazy stupid fact, but she had no idea what dysautonomia even was. We tried to explain it to her. She said, oh, I don't have time for that. After failed attempts for several years, we decided to go find the culprit, the root cause of the dysautonomia. With that said, what we've learned, Canada cannot be the place for us. Like, it was impossible to find a diagnosis because the wait long times is between 2 and 5 years. However, Amanda was told she cannot wait that long. So in Canada, what happens? Well, they reject. So we went with a private health clinic. At first, it looked promising. They promised a lot of results. It was good. They were saying everything that it could have been, and we started the treatment for it, which was good. You know, she was starting to show a little bit of improvement. When it came to getting a diagnosis, they couldn't do it, even though they were treating her for it. They couldn't diagnose it because for Amanda to be seen by the specialists has to be a diagnosis in the Ontario health system. Now, since it was private, both of these two systems, private and public health systems, they don't work together. And that is something ridiculous. Here, they work together, which is amazing. So we get a doctor, the doctor says what Amanda has, and then she can go into any clinic in the public service and get treated. In Toronto, we learned when Amanda had an accident, we had to go to the hospital. We were saying what she was being treated for. The doctor said, I don't see any of these diagnoses here. And we told the doctor in the hospital that we've been seeing a private health clinic. It was like, well, if it's not an OHIP, can't do anything about it. I'm like, well, can you test her right now? She's having the symptoms. She's in a huge flare-up. Then the doctor said something that really pissed me off, which got me second-guessing the entire Canadian health system. And that was, sorry, it's above my pay grade. So she couldn't test Amanda at the best time to be tested to get the diagnosis for what she has because it was above her pay grade, and that was it. They couldn't do anything. So yeah, that's a big bummer for Canada. It's something that I really hope they fix, because something as important as this should not be missed out. And I've read an article actually for people with the same diagnosis as Amanda. And it was very sad because this person, it was on the news, this person was approved for a medically assisted death because she was in so much pain faster than getting approved be seen by a doctor to get the diagnosis for treatment. Yeah, I know it's not a fun episode as I would normally like it to be, but this is real life. This is the main reason why we came to Brazil. And this is how life is right now. We're in the between. That's what I call the channel, the in-between. Life as is. So if you have any questions, guys, mention up in the comments. What is your go-to when you start feeling ill or sick? If you want to see daily updates, just me browsing around, follow me on Instagram. I'll give you a follow back. And again, thank you for all the support. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to click the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get more notifications when I post new videos. Until next time.